at a critical point in the season to build on the great win of the other day, going into the break and stack some wins?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's not a panic time by any means, but I think for us continuing to stack and build consistency. I mean, we've had 2 games where we've had our whole roster and most of our rotation players and still 0 practices to be able to get in there, but being able to continue to build consistency on both ends of the floor. Certainly we were better in the second half than we were in the first half against Atlanta, and we've got to come out and we've got to continue to stack days.
What are you seeing just in the way Paige approaches the game and also the attention that comes around her being sort of similar to Caitlin, just in so much spotlight and handling it, obviously, with a lot of success early on?
She doesn't press. She lets the game come to her. Things seem so easy for her when she's out there. She plays with great pace. Her decision-making is really good. She's poised. She doesn't get too high, too low. I mean, she stays very much in that neutral mindset. And her and Caitlin both, the way that they handle everything that comes off the floor, they handle it with such grace and maturity for young people. And I think you see that same kind of level mentality on the floor for her.
Steph, Caitlin was saying that it sounded like you had a conversation with her after the last game about just the shooting slump, or by her standards, and that just like that back and forth of trying to say, everyone kind of goes through this, even great shooters. So what has that kind of dialogue been like, and how have you seen her working through that? Trying to give herself grace, but also, like, I think you called her a perfectionist before, and that side of it too.
Yeah, I mean, look, when that's what you do, and, it's and working your way back into it is really difficult. And I use those words with her too. She has to give herself grace. She's coming back from injury. She's not had a lot of rep time, and it's strength, it's endurance, it's rhythm, it's timing, it's all of those things. And everything that she does that makes her special and elite starts with loading that left leg. And so allowing herself to continue to let the game come to her while attacking great shots. She got some really good shots that looked really good. I don't worry about Caitlin's shot. It's going to come. I don't really worry about her mentality either. I just want her to have a little bit of patience, to give herself a little bit of grace, and to still do the other things that she does so well in the game that affect winning. Because, yes, she's an elite shooter. Yes, that's what everybody wants to see. But she makes other winning plays, and she can control those things. And control the things that you can control. Continue to work through the rhythm, the timing, the strength, the endurance, and it's going to come.
When it comes to stacking days and that consistency, how much of it is mental and the mindset you bring into practice and games? I
think a lot of it's mental. It's certainly what you give attention to mentally and emotionally continues to feed how you attack every day, how you attack execution in a scout, how you attack practice. A lot of that starts with a mentality. And then you have to go out and you have to work through different things that happen throughout the course of the game. It's not always going to be exactly like we imagine it when we go and put together a scout, or exactly like we imagine it when we go into practice. And then we've got to self-correct, and we've got to find other gears, and we've got to control the things that we can control.
Guarding a person like Paige who can affect on both ends of the floor. She had 27, 6 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 0 turnovers. The challenges of defending someone that can affect the game in so many ways.
Was that our last game? Yeah. I mean, I think first and foremost, we have to try to be disciplined one-on-one, not just with Paige, but with everybody else. I mean, they have great guards that can get downhill. We got to contain one-on-one. We can't get beat on the first dribble. That puts us automatically in rotation. Secondly, we have to just make everything difficult for her, and you got to live with it. Great players make tough shots. Like, good offense beats good defense. Great players who are tough shot makers are going to make tough shots, and those are the ones we have to live with. We can't give her the easy ones. We can't send her to the foul line. No, we've got to be really, really disciplined when we get her to take tough shots, that we force her to make them and don't get impatient and foul. She sees the floor really well, so we got to try to speed her up a little bit and keep her off balance. It's easier said than done.
Alluded to how Caitlin and Paige are role models for a lot of people. I know this is Fever Wings, not just Caitlin v. Paige, but what does a matchup like this do for the league with it growing so rapidly right now.
Yeah, I mean, everybody wants to see star players. You think about who tunes in to watch LeBron and Steph, right? It's those kinds of matchups, and I think to watch these guys for the first time, going against each other in their WNBA careers is going to be special. I'm thankful that we've got a lot of people that are going to be out there in the stands. A lot of young people that are going to be out there in the stands that can continue to watch the way that they go about their business, the way that they handle greatness. They don't see what they've done to get to this point, but I think both Caitlin and Paige do a really good job of openly discussing that, the work that it takes. In my day, it's watching, Cheryl Swoops and Lisa Leslie, and in their day, it's watching Caitlin and Paige.